Ain't no party like a Sauber party. Welcome back to Grand Prix World, you magnificent beasts, for round 2 of the 1999 season, where things have started relatively well, actually. Our rookie lineup of Carl Eisen and Dario Loretti brought home double points in the first round of the season. We have a healthy 4 million in the bank, and things are starting to go our way. We already have a second version of our Peugeot power unit on the go. We have some factory upgrades in place, and we are working diligently on next year's car, soon this year's car as well. Got some updates well underway. We're going to kick things off with a little testing fun times because that's what you need. I am going to cut the number of mechanics and hope that this doesn't have too many adverse effects. Sweet. So we're going to immediately get our next specification of this year's car into development. That means I'm going to take quite a lot of guys off the traction control project. The technology for the 1999 car is not terrible, but it certainly doesn't need so much focus, I don't think. And we're going to crack on getting this year's car improved. Got plenty of spare parts, so I might save some money and not build any more unless I really need to. Taking a look at who's up for hire, we've actually got some new people to hire. This is pleasing to me. Let's get that signed, get some new designers on board. Apparently we don't have any room, but that's only a problem if you let it be a problem. If you will a thing to be, it will be. That's the rule. That's the lesson that we're learning here. Okay. Let's take a quick look at the sponsor situation. We're talking to Parmalat for a 2-season 1.6 million deal. That's actually a very sexy little deal that we're talking about there. And we're talking to Petronas for a 1-season 2.1 million deal. There's a partnership on offer from Shell for 2 seasons. I'm going to take guys off that. We've already got an engine and a tyre and a team sponsored deal sorted, so I am going to try and pick us up another sponsor, another big money sponsor. Red Bull, we're going to drop Shell and bring along Mobil and see if we can't get a work steal from them. That would be muy bueno. And we'll bring Parmalat along to Brazil as well. I'm going to also improve our spending, try and impress people. You know how it works. Make it rain, baby. We've got some engine development points to spend, which we're definitely going to do. That's a thing that's going to happen. Fuel, rigidity, reliability. Not the most glamorous upgrade, but they all help. At some point, agate fuels are going to start holding us back, but we won't hold it against them. It's just their programming. Apparently we have an update ready to deploy. We do. We have a performance improvement on the brakes. That's exciting. I'm going to also improve the performance of the hydraulics and the clutch. I want at least level 3 on everything if I can get it. Let's build that upgrade while we've still got some engineers to spare. We'll get the cars repaired. Ooh, someone's going to be running with a bit of wear on their car, I'm afraid. I'm spending too much of my capacity on the testing. But, you know, early season testing is best testing. That is proven. Right then, why don't we head off to Brazil and see what happens. Letting the guys push still, early season, want to see where their limit is. In terms of setup, I'm not getting any major signals regarding what we should be doing, so that's the only variation I'm going to make. New power unit, please. Carl Eisen's on the soft, Loretti on the hard compound, new engine for everybody. Yeah, why not? Everything's set up in that regard, so let's dance. 28 degrees, dry with a strong wind for your qualifying session. See how our split strategy pays out in qualifying. Loretti beats Carl Eisen, the hard compound tyre proving to be faster actually. P12 and P13, not exactly where we want it to be, but it does seem the car, at least from the first round, has stronger race pace than quali pace, which is always the way round I prefer to have it. Johnny Newhouse is on pole for Williams ahead of Michael Schumacher. Mika Häkkinen's Ferrari lines up P3 with Jean Alesi's Benetton for company. Laurent Redon, 5th in the Arrows, ahead of Pedro Diniz in the McLaren. Let us race. 32 degrees, light rain. That's actually going to penalise us quite badly because rookie drivers and rain, not a good combination at all. We are going to still one-stop Dario Loretti. I don't know if intermediate tyres last that long, but he's going to find out. They do. They last long enough for him to bring home a point, a very valuable point. Good man. Mika Häkkinen takes the win for Ferrari ahead of Jean Alesi in the Benetton. Johnny Newhouse takes the final podium position. The final points paying positions, meanwhile, are dished out to Pedro Diniz's McLaren, Shinji Nakano's Benetton, and our very own Dario Loretti P6, 1 point. That means Loretti sits in P7 on 3 points. He's been out driving Eisen so far this season. Fisichella and Häkkinen are tied 10 points apiece at the top of the mountain. Over in the Constructors, we're still in 5th position, but, I'll take 5th in the second season. That's not too shabby. 4 points behind Benettons. Right. 1.9 million one-season deal on the table from PIAA. That's pleasing. Petronas, no progress so far. Parmalat, though, signed up amazingly quick. That's what we wanted. I'm going to drop them to 5%, continue negotiating some extra bonuses. I'm going to put more guys working on the big money deals. And we're going to open up negotiations with somebody else. Because we can. Why don't we try Korean Air? In terms of fuels, Mobil 1 will offer us a works deal. That's very pleasing. So we'll gradually shift more people over to that. That's a 2-season works deal, actually. That's gone right up my flagpole. That's not a euphemism. I am going to have to focus on that. It's a 2-season works deal. That's important. Meanwhile, over in development land, our car is compliant, thank God for that. And we're already motoring quite nicely through development of our upgrade package. Everything else is moving along at some kind of pace. I'm going to finish developing driver aids until the end of the season now. And I'm hoping that our next test session enables us to achieve our dreams and finish the traction control system and have it homologated. That would be erotic. Okay. Oh, that's good. We're already saving quite a bit of capacity. We've got some repair work we have to do on the cars in order to get them able to test, because they're very worn out. Let's see how this goes. That should... Please homologate it, you fucks. No, they haven't. God damn it. Sorry for the language, but I'm also not sorry. The 2000 car is ready to move through to the CFD stage. That's an improvement. Right. Well, first things first, we have some cars to repair and we have a lot of spare parts to build. So let's get down to that. Starting to spend quite a bit of money. We'll probably cut back our testing program a little bit from now on, given that we've come close to getting the engine where we want it, and really I could survive if we only had one update package on the car this season. 2 would be better, of course, but it really depends what the first one yields. If that gets us from tail end of the points to consistent point scorers, then good, then we'll take that and probably run with it and keep developing the car. If it keeps us about where we are relative to the competition, then I don't really see the point in continuing to push when we could be watching our cash and saving up for a bigger investment next year. I'm going to reduce the weight, improve the responsiveness, and improve the power. Going for a performance update for the next Grand Prix. Everything else looks hunky-dory. I'm afraid it's going to be a short episode today because, as I mentioned, I am on a schedule, but it doesn't mean we can't have a bit of fun. Keeping the drivers fairly aggressive, don't see a reason not to. I'm going to follow the suggestions of Loretti's engineers. Eisen, I'm going to freeball a little bit more. I'm going to keep them exactly... helps if I actually repair the cars, doesn't it? Built the spare parts, didn't repair the fucking cars. Idiot, really. We definitely need more mechanics. Or a better team lead for the mechanics. Okay. Bring me sunshine. Round 3 of the 1999 season takes us to Argentina, where it's 18 degrees and cloudy. Nice. The new engine paying dividends, apparently. Dario Loretti puts it P8, Carl Eisen P12. That's actually our best qualifying of the season, if memory serves. It's a Williams-McLaren-Williams sandwich at the top end, though. Schumacher from Diniz from Johnny Newhouse. 20 degrees, very dry for the Grand Prix itself. We will be two-stopping Carl Eisen and his soft floppy tyres. He can run scrubbed on the first stint. Meanwhile, Loretti, again, one-stopping lap 36, and he'll have fresh tyres for both stints. That can have a detrimental effect on performance, or it can be a boost. It's kind of circuit and temperature specific, but we don't really have enough data to make an informed decision, and we're not on the pit wall because the game's so unstable. High grip levels in the Grand Prix, though, that's encouraging. Give me some news. Oh, you gave me news. Boys, what? Dario Loretti for the win. Only his third career Grand Prix. He takes the win, and not by a small margin either. 1 hour, 49 minutes, 13.755 seconds. That is the best part of a minute ahead of second place Jean Alesi in the Benetton. Giancarlo Fisichella's McLaren rounds out the podium. Meanwhile, Shinji Nakano in the Benetton, Pedro Diniz in the second McLaren, and our very own Carl Eisen take the last points paying position. Double points finish again, but Loretti's blowing the field away at the moment. Sorry, field, I meant competition in terms of Carl Eisen. He looks a bit like a young Nico Hülkenberg. Fisichella, still top of the Drivers' Championship, but his gap is reduced immediately to 1 point ahead of our very own Dario Loretti. Meanwhile, in the Constructors, we are in third, 2 points behind Benetton. Who dared dream? Who even dared dream that such was possible? that success card is going immediately on that Mobile One deal. Meanwhile, some progress on the Petronas deal, none on the PIAA deal, none on the Korean Air deal, and no bonuses yet from Parmalat. But I tell you what, that's a hell of a turnaround in the first 3 rounds of the season. I hope you guys are having an amazing week. I wish you all the best going into the weekend, where we will speak again, and we'll have a proper length episode then. Why not? Cheery bye.